For more on this, we're now joined by CONTRALESA President Kgoshi Mathupa Mokoena, and he joins us via our video link. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, Kgoshi, here on SABC News. Let's get your thoughts on what the President spoke about and highlighted in his address to traditional leaders today, and of course touching on the issue of initiation and young men dying.
Thank you very much for having me. Yes, indeed, as CONTRALESA, we support the call by the President, and we are as worried as all of you and all those commentators. It was not really necessary for our boys who went to the mountain to do what they love best, only to come back as corpses. CONTRALESA, we want to strongly condemn these killings, and even to say to those who want to practice this culture while they don't have any experience, to say they are as guilty as any person who will found to have not followed all the prescripts as outlined by our tradition, culture and custom, Madam.
And Kgoshi Mokoena, one would also ask, as much as we know that this is something that's continued to be highlighted by government, why do we continue to see these numbers trickling in, especially during initiation season, of young men dying?
Madam, it is so unfortunate that what you are saying is true. Our young boys keeps on dying every initiation season. And as CONTRALESA was saying, this could have been avoided. The challenge here, madam, is that there are people who don't want to listen. People who want to practice this culture like it used to happen in the olden days, those years back. And it is so unfortunate that there are some of those owners of the school who are even refusing to allow medical doctors to come in to assist when the situation gets out of hand. As CONTRALESA, we are saying those kind of people must be banned so that in their lifetime, they must never practice initiation school again. And the permits should only be given to people who commit to say, we are going to work with our medical doctors, we are going to work with our elders, we are going to work with all government institutions that wants to assist in running these initiation schools. Because there are those who simply are negligent. And one other challenge, madam, is young boys who went to the school, let's say in 2022 or 2023. Come 2024, they want to practice this, they want to open a school. And we're saying no to that. It's up to us as traditional leaders now that we give permit only to people with experience, those elders, not young boys who want to explore this practice using other people's kids. We are totally against it, and we're saying, as CONTRALESA, if it means people have to be banned or be blacklisted, let it be in the best interest of the lives of our young boys who are dying unnecessarily.
And as CONTRALESA, what plans are underway to ensure that we don't continue to see a rise in these numbers where there is loss of life? I mean, you're also touching on the fact that, young boys think that they can run, these schools on their own. But when it comes to you regulating this and ensuring that this does not happen, what plans are there to ensure that we don't continue to see this trend?
A good question indeed. We agreed with our leadership in the Eastern Cape, for example. They are also as worried as everybody else. We agreed that we're going to have a meeting where we look at all those challenges. And as CONTRALESA, we also encouraged our traditional leaders that after giving people permits, let's not sit at home and wait until we are reported about this incident. As a traditional leader, immediately I give permit to someone to run the school. It must be my responsibility to have a team that will, on daily basis, monitor what is happening in the mountain which I gave a permit to. Again, we have agreed as traditional leaders, as CONTRALESA, that we will call upon all traditional leadership, even the municipality, that from now going forward, anyone who is asking to have a school, let's check whether he commits to follow all the prescripts as outlined by our custom and tradition. If you are not willing to do that, even if we have given you a permit, we're going to cancel it. And we're saying to government as well, please come closer to the space as well, if there will be a need, so that to have roads that go to the mountain, there is water goes to the mountain. There are doctors who must go and check our kids. Let all happen. And we're not going to sit back now and expect people to report to us as to what's happening. As a Kgoshi, I must know every day what is happening up there. And parents want to call upon our parents as well. We can avoid it if, as a parent, we constantly send people to check whether your child is still safe. So that if the child is not well for some reasons, as a parent, we are quick to jump as well to assist. So some of the parents will wait until the child, when they come back home, they don't even know what's happening there up until the boy comes home. This is not how the culture is practiced, madam.
And Kgoshi Mokoena, when it comes to those who often hijack this rite of passage, how are you also dealing with that? And, you know, how will you ensure that it is indeed those with the permits in which you speak of who are allowed to conduct these initiations?
I'm happy to announce that we have a discussion with law enforcement agencies that those who are taking a chance and hijacking our kids, because some of these principals or ingoma holders, what they will do, they will hire some boys, put them on the streets. Those boys will hijack innocent boys who are just walking to their own errands, take them to the school without the permission of the parents or themselves as boys. And what other thing is that some of those who have been given a permit, they will even refuse doctors to go to the mountain to assist them. They will say, no, we can't do this because as Ingom, no one must come in except the people who are staying at those mountains. And those as well who are saying no. And what we're going to do to those who are hijacking this practice, we're saying the law must take its course. And government didn't prune our powers. If Amakosi were still having those powers that they had before, I can tell you,
all right, Kgoshi Mokoena, thank you so much for your time this evening. Unfortunately, we have run out of time. That is Kgoshi Mokoena. He is Kgoshi Mathupa Mokoena. He is the president of CONTRALESA, just giving us his insight there in terms of what the president highlighted today. And of course, the issues around initiations and initiations being done in a safe manner to continue to save lives.